get enough, it's a mystery to me. And we'll be sent to lovers, with you I wanna be. Living in a movie, we can make it cold. Oh, I can read your lips, and every time I fall, I wanna hold you closer and look into your eyes. Remind me of the kiss we shared that summer night. You shout my name, and I come running to catch you again. Our love is in flames, but I'll still follow my heart to an end. You met me in the dark, you filled my walls up with a gallery of thoughts. But I keep asking myself, is this wanderlust? Who breaks my fall when I am face down in the dust? I think I've made up my mind, we won't ever be the same again. Darling, dry your tears, be on your way. You don't understand the life you took from me.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. Kostiantin Koshelenko, Deputy Minister of Social Policy for Digital Transformation at the Government of Ukraine.
For the end of war and for peace on Earth. So now, like never before, needs your support. We've created a platform called Ye Dopomoha, where you can help those in need with a couple clicks for people to stay safe, fed, and alive. Join now and become part of the resistance to global evil. Your superpower is your generosity. Your help will be sent to where it is needed the most, and you will surely receive the delivery confirmation in return. Ye Dopomoha, looking for good people all over the world.
Hi colleagues, and thank you for introduction, but you can call me Kostya, and today I talk about situation in Ukraine and I talk about digitalization of social sphere. I have some slides for you, and I need 1 minute to start with this slide. Okay. If you hear me and if you see these slides, I need to talk the greetings to Amsterdam from Kiev. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person. I can't buy an airline tickets from Ukraine right now. From east, north, and south, only Russian rockets fly. But for us, but for modern people like we, distance is not a problem. There are 2,000 kilometers between us, but it feels like we are together. And when we talk about digitalization in Ukraine, first of all, I need to talk about current situation in the social sphere. Um, a few words about situation in Ukraine. After the full-scale invasion of the Russian Federation into Ukraine, terrible change took place in humanitarian landscape of Ukraine. Millions of people left Ukraine. Millions moved within the country, and more than 3 million people have been registered as internally displaced people since February 24. Due to ongoing hostilities and the active deoccupation of our territory, this process is still ongoing. More than 130,000 citizens were displaced in September. However, a large population still resides in the captured territory, and they too require support, as well as those tens of hundreds of thousands of people who have already returned to their hometowns. The protection of the most vulnerable citizens groups is the Ministry of Social Policy top concern. Internet and banking infrastructure are functioning in Ukraine as a result of robust cybersecurity, cloud technologies, and the persistent efforts of employees. We did all possible to ensure that people continue to receive social benefits and pension without interruption. But the amount of these payments is insufficient to cover people's current needs. And when we talk about support, we talk that together with our partners, we suggest the following methods to additional assisting these people. Direct financial aid for citizens, which not only satisfies the humanitarian needs of recipients, but also supports the financial ecosystem of the cities. And co-financing of the basic state social benefits because we have a war budget limitation. Financial of social services, especially in regions where there are more internally displaced people than residents. Restoring and strengthening of social protection system, including IT infrastructure. And about digitalization. Digitalization before war, it's about comfort and efficiency. Digitalization during war, it's about the security of our citizens. That is why we are working around the clock on the implementation of digital social services. When we talk about large-scale digitalization, we talk about unified informational system of social sphere. It's a transformation from regional-oriented to extraterritorial principle in the processing of social benefits, which become an absolute requirement in the context of hostilities and the temporary occupation of parts of Ukrainian territories. The implementation of this system ensures centralized storage in cloud and automated process of information assignment and payments for social benefits. This system will provide an opportunity to implement a reform to introduce universal social benefits, which will be easy to administer and which will be more socially fair than the numerous types of benefits that the states pay out now. And this is also the service speed for residents, the capacity to use electronic documents, and remote access to digital social services via the DIA application and DIA portal, if you know. Internally displaced persons were offered the opinion to apply IDP status through the DIA application and in each community during the sprint to assist speed registration. This method was implemented with fast pace. In the coming weeks, IDPs will also be able to use DIA to submit application to change of residence and deregistration. This can only be done offline at this time. Many children were left without parental care, which is why we, with the authorized advisor for the President of Ukraine on child's rights and child's rehabilitation, together with UNICEF Ukraine and the Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, we create a program, the child is not alone. It's about chatbot, it's about online services for children adoption in DIA portal. And we promptly respond to humanitarian challenges. That is why our ministry, with the support of Ministry of Digital Transformation and the United Nations Development Program, created e-Dopomoga humanitarian platform and provides the opportunity to support Ukrainian families from any countries in the world. The platform has three sections. First is the state assistance, including payments for internally displaced people, etc. And the second section, it's a volunteer P2P assistance. And third section, it's assistance from international humanitarian organization. This function gradually development combining the efforts of the government, volunteers, and international organization to assist Ukrainians. You can read more about it on LinkedIn and Twitter pages. At the beginning of the war, we contacted two humanitarian organization vision to provide financial assistance to Ukrainians. We have developed this section of platform specially for representatives of humanitarian agencies who want to provide direct financial assistance. Through it, they can receive a list of applications from our citizens by region and by social status. We have verified social statuses with this application using government registers and collect up-to-date IBANs accounts, phone number, and other banking details. Consent to the transfer of personal data to a third party was also obtained from this application. And we cooperate on this program with Red Cross, United Nations agencies, and other humanitarian organizations. There are only a few basic steps from signing the Memorandum of Understanding and obtaining assistance to the people. Donor and we go through this process together. On the basis of regional futures of social economic standing, the donor is free to select the category of individuals to receive payments, hundreds of thousands to millions, any method of direct cash transfer. This roadmap in our screen, its roadmap was made by United Nations Coordinator in Ukraine, Digitalization Advisor for the needs of United Nations agencies. As Dennis Brown said in our discussion, using national payment platforms, it's a new and progressive experience for United Nations, and we make it together. And when we talk about result of this platform, we are grateful to our partners for their efforts and support, which made it possible to support 3 million people out of 10 million. But this is not enough, and we need to help more Ukrainians, therefore we continue our work. I have been speaking less with tech community colleagues and more with humanitarian and not-profit organizations recently for this task. And if you are private Ukrainian supporter or representative of small group, not big humanitarian organization, this section of our platform for you. You can support Ukrainians directly through the Ye-Dopomoga volunteering section. Before my talk, you see a video that explains how this section of our platform works. And you see results. People from many countries use this platform. We have 5 languages in this platform. And functions of this platform similar to gift certificates mechanic in peace times. The volunteer select the application of the family he wished to assist and pays the selected amount to the certificate. This certificate can be used by the applicant to purchase product, medicine, and fuel from partner retail networks in Ukraine. After person use the certificate, the benefactor instantly receive a fiscal receipt from the store listing that was purchased. And after recipient redeems a voucher, the donors have a possibility to make a next payment to another family. Or you can hand over the aid in person if you are in Ukraine now. It's important to highlight that using this type of humanitarian aid helps not just recipient, but also ensure supply chain, including store employments and our local suppliers. Since the beginning of the war, we have developed this platform to aid our fellow citizens. But now we realized it may also be used in other countries during and after humanitarian disasters. We see that platform is convenient for people who donate from different countries of the world, and its deployment in new countries can be very fast. We will gladly help those who need it. It's another big scheme. On this slide, you see how Ye-Dopomoga volunteer section is working. This scheme also driven by our colleagues from the United Nations, because we want to make a very simple interface for users, but we need to make an understandable picture for our donors, and that in this picture. Therefore, we frequently joined by partners. For instance, MasterCard is now running an offer in which they boost the amount of every donation made with their payment cards. And partners from Neuralum are preparing for us a video with synthetic avatars which tells about this platform in 5 languages. This is only a small part of digital project of only one ministry, and each has its own project. They are about a digital struggle, digital resistance, and digital resilience. Ukraine is currently a testing ground for innovate system. If you have the motivation and resources to join the struggle for human life and liberty, please contact me. If your products can be integrated with our system to enhance them, that would be very helpful. And I wish for you a very productive day at the summit. We must move to the future, even when Russia wants to return us to the past. Sorry for my bad English, and have a nice day. Thank you.
Deputy Minister Koshelenko, that is the longest and loudest round of applause we have had this entire summit. Your English is perfect, and we really appreciate your talk and your time today. We stand in solidarity with you and Ukraine. Thank you.
Thank you.